Okay, good afternoon or evening, wherever you're coming to us from. We are so excited that you are joining us for the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. You have the option to utilize the Q&A function. If you have any questions for our representatives joining us, I know they'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, so please feel free to utilize that. And your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you, but please feel free to utilize that Q&A. That's going to be the way that you can communicate with us. There are additional sessions happening with this virtual fair, not just today, but future dates as well. And so you can sign up for those by going to strivescan.com/RMACAC, RMACAC. And then this is also the same website where we will have the recordings for this session, as well as all of our other sessions happening with this virtual fair, just so that you can have access to those later on. And we typically will post those within about a week or so. So we are currently in session A5, and so you have 6 wonderful institutions that you're going to hear from. So at this time, I'm now going to turn it over to Whitworth University.
Wonderful, thank you. Now is the classic Zoom pause while I pull up my screen. So hopefully you all can see that. My name is Reagan. I am one of our admissions counselors here at Whitworth University. I work with first-year students from Arizona and Montana, as well as transfer students, and I'm a proud Whitworth alum. So glad you're here. If you're interested, you can scan this QR code on your phone. It gets you in our system so we can get you all the good info there, like scholarships and deadlines and things like that. Whitworth is a private liberal arts Christian university in Spokane, Washington. We're pretty small, just over 2,300 undergraduate students. We keep our enrollment intentionally really small. That way we can continue to offer this student faculty ratio of 11:1, which is awesome. So the bulk of your classes are less than 30 students. You're so well known by your Whitworth professors, more than just a name on a roster. They really know your personal and professional and academic goals, and they mentor you alongside that. Some student success stats for you. We know college is a big investment of your time and your money. So we want to show that Whitworth is worth it. Our first year retention rate is 84%, which means that students are sticking around for a second year. This is well above the national average, so we're excited about that number. 97% of our students who start at Whitworth are also graduating on time, which is really important. And then they're turning around and using their degree really quickly. Within 9 months of graduation, 95% of our grads are in a job, a volunteer opportunity like the Peace Corps, or grad school. So we're excited that our students are sticking around for a second year, graduating on time, and then using that degree really quickly. We have over 100 different majors and programs, which is really exciting, especially if you're not sure what you want to study yet. Our most popular majors are highlighted in red there, so you can see those. Strong across the board, our professors are experts in their field, so hopefully you can see something on here that strikes your fancy. Lots of experiential learning opportunities at Whitworth. We know there's awesome learning that's happening in those small class sizes, and so we want to be able to supplement that in as many ways as we can. So the bulk of our students are participating in some sort of study abroad or study away program, so within the US or internationally. They're also participating in internship and research and field study experiences, really getting that hands-on real world type application. Service learning is also a big deal to us at Whitworth. We want our students to be out serving the Whitworth community and the Spokane community, and almost all of our students are doing that. We also have a lot of great student academic groups, like our student investment group, who gets Whitworth money to invest in our stock market, which is exciting. Again, that real world application. Student life is another big piece of Whitworth. We have 10 different residence halls that are super fun, live-on requirement for 2 years. 40 different clubs, and the list is ever growing. Students can start their own club, which is really fun. We are NCAA Division III, and we have 21 different varsity sports. And our athletics department has won the overall conference trophy the last 12 years in a row. So we're excited about our student athletes doing awesome. We also have intramurals, which are fun if you're not wanting to participate in varsity athletics. Art, music, and theater is another awesome area of campus. There's also scholarships associated with those, so feel free to check that out on our website if you're interested. But it's fun because you can participate in those without being a major, so keep that in mind. Like I said, we are a Christian university. So, what that means at Whitworth is that all of our faculty and staff are Christian. We write our own statement of faith when we're hired, but we do not require that of our students. So, students are really learning to come together and engage in conversation respectfully with people who have all different beliefs than them, which is a really valuable skill in college and beyond. Chapel is not required, but it's often standing room only. There's lots of great ways to grow your faith on campus if that's what you're looking for. We're located in Spokane, Washington, which is in Eastern Washington, and we are the second largest city in the state. So lots of job and internship opportunities. That's a photo of our beautiful downtown there. We do have an awesome four-season climate, and our campus is 200 acres, which I think is the perfect size. It takes about 10 minutes to walk across campus. We would love to have you apply. Juniors, that is happening in the fall of your senior year. It's free and you can use the Whitworth application or the Common app. We're also test score optional. We have been for the last 14 years. We're rolling admissions, which means as you're completing your application, we will get back to you with a admissions decision within about 3 weeks. Some financial aid fast facts for you. 100% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid, with the average scholarships and grants just under $35,000 per year, being ranked really highly. Best regional university value in the West, #3, which is awesome. For the sake of time, I won't go through these, but I just want you to know we have lots of awesome scholarships available for our first year students that you can check out on our website, whitworth.edu/scholarships. And I know that's a lot of information at you really fast. So again, I want to provide our contact info. You can always email us at admissions@whitworth.edu or fill out that info request form or scan the QR code, get you in our system so we can get you all that good info. And we really would love to connect with you. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much to Whitworth University for getting us started off. And just moving right along now, we will hear from St. Leo University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to go on the opposite side of the United States. Today, I'm representing St. Leo University, which is located in Tampa Bay, Florida. So if you are looking to get out of that chillier climate, we definitely have that nice weather all year round. We can't wait to have you in the Sunshine State. My name is Connor Schaefer. I'm a senior assistant director here at St. Leo University, and I'm actually also a proud alumni of St. Leo for my undergraduate and graduate program. I did attend the university from the Northeast, so I know what it's like to go over 1,000 miles away from home. So definitely, if you ever have any questions that don't get answered in the Q&A today, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call. My contact information is listed at the bottom of the screen. So what is St. Leo University all about? St. Leo was actually founded in 1889, and we are the oldest Catholic institution in the state of Florida. We're actually the second largest Catholic institution in the nation, serving over 20,000 students worldwide. Now, if you visit campus tomorrow, you are going to say, Connor, I do not see 20,000 students at university campus, and you're correct. So St. Leo is pretty unique. We have 3 different ways to take classes. We have our main campus in Tampa Bay that I'm representing today, where we have about 3,000 undergraduate students from over 100 different countries and 44 different states. But we also have 15 different education centers throughout the United States and also our online program as well. We're very excited to say this year we were ranked #4 in the South for Best Value, so you know you're going to get a great education out of your investment. It's a really simple process here at St. Leo to apply. We are on the Common application, or you can also apply for free on our website. We are test optional. We've been test optional. So if there's any freshmen, sophomores, or juniors watching this presentation, do not worry. St. Leo will still be test optional when you decide to apply. We do have over 50 different academic programs. So those also, some popular majors I like to say are usually our criminal justice program, biologies, education, sports business is a big thing in the Tampa Bay area, and also computer science. We have our honors program and some accelerated degree programs. So we have our 3+1 programs, where you can get a bachelor's degree in 3 years and then say an additional year for your master's degree. And we also have our 3+3 accelerated pathway to law school, where we have a partnership with Barry University down in Miami and Florida State University up in Tallahassee. One cool thing, if you are interested in the medical field, St. Leo is thriving when it comes to the medical field besides our pre-medical programs. This past year, we did add our health education and health promotions major. And this coming year, we're super excited to announce we are adding our nursing program. So it's a really exciting time if you're interested in the medical field at St. Leo. Now, if you're worried going 1,000 miles away from home, or your family or friends are worried about your safety, do not worry. St. Leo is actually the safest campus in the state of Florida and number 7 in the nation. So you never have to worry about feeling unsafe on campus. I always said, as a student coming from out of state, if you're bored on campus, it's truly just because you're not taking advantage of what the university has to offer. We do have daily mass for students that do want to embrace their faith, but it is not required. We also have over 22 different NCAA Division II athletics teams that participate a part of the Sunshine State Conference. If you are looking to be a student athlete at St. Leo, I highly recommend filling out our recruiter form. We actually most recently had one of the top Division II athletic programs overall with performance in the classroom and on the field as well. So definitely it's a cool time to be an athlete at St. Leo. We have over 70 different clubs and organizations, including Greek life, esports, intramurals, and the list goes on and on. One thing I really looked forward to as a student, and I still look forward to as a chaperone on these trips, are our off-campus trips. So we like to bring our students to things not just on campus, but to the outside area in Orlando and Tampa. So we like to bring our students to places like Disney World, Universal, also in Tampa, if you're into the sporting, professional sporting teams, so like the Tampa Bay Rays, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and also the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were the proud exclusive educational partner, and they won the Super Bowl this year. So it's a very exciting time to be in the Tampa Bay area. We are a residential campus. We have over 14 different residential halls that you can choose from. And some of our residential apartments have actually been listed as the top 10 residence halls in the nation. So if you come on tour, you'll definitely see why. It's not St. Leo if there's not new things happening on campus. So this past year, we did open our Benedict's Coffee House that proudly serves Starbucks products. And at the bottom right side of your screen, you can see one of the newest photos of our wellness center that will be opening this coming fall. So just a fun fact, if you are already looking at schools in Florida and you think you're going to go to a resort for college, this facility is definitely going to make it feel like even more of a resort. The infinity pool shown in the photo, that will be actually there physically this fall, will actually be the largest infinity pool at a university in the state of Florida. So all your friends up in the Midwest and Western side of the country are going to be super jealous when you take Snapchats and send them to them being poolside on our lake. Again, here is my contact information if you have any lingering questions from this presentation today. St. Leo is open for tours daily throughout the summer as well, and we have some virtual events, and we do anticipate being 110% open this fall. Definitely feel free to come take a visit and vacation to the Sunshine State and stop by St. Leo University, which is located in Tampa Bay, Florida. Have a great night, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much to St. Leo University for that information. And just as a reminder, if anybody joining us has any questions, please feel free to ask those via the Q&A function, and just make sure that you direct those specifically to the institution that you're wanting to hear from. That way we just make sure we get the most accurate information back to you. We are now going to hear from St. Olaf College.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Get my presentation set up here. All right. So like I said, my name is Shannon. I am one of the assistant deans of admissions at St. Olaf College, which is located in Northfield, Minnesota. So if you're thinking about where this is within the state, we're about 45 minutes south of the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So these are the biggest cities in the state. It's where the airport is. Lots of things going on. And because it is only about 45 minutes away, it's certainly very accessible to students on campus. However, the town of Northfield, where the college is located, has a lot going on as well. We share the college with Carleton College, which is another great liberal arts college, which I think is a really fun aspect of the town. There's a lot going on that caters to the students, but really so much of what students are doing day to day is centered right on campus. We're going to talk more about this, but it's a very campus-centric place and a very intentional community. So we have 3,000 students, And this is a little bit about who is a part of our community right now. I think with these measures, a lot of these numbers have grown in the past few years, and we would really like to keep these numbers growing. However, I think a big focus right now is inclusivity on campus. We want future applicants to be people who are going to be excited about being active and making campus more inclusive and increasingly inclusive as the years go on. The other thing I'll point out is that we are a national liberal arts college. So we have about 40% of our students coming from Minnesota, but 60% are coming from out of state or out of country. So a lot of folks from a lot of places. There is a lot you can do at St. Olaf. You're going to hear from other liberal arts colleges on this call, but I think the great thing about all of us is that there is so much you can embrace while you're on campus. And that certainly is true academically with your major, maybe a double major, but it also means that you have time to build in a lot outside of the classroom as well. And I think it can be a really good fit for students who have multiple interests that they're trying to keep an active part of their college years. So some of the things that are particularly popular at St. Olaf academically are STEM programs. We have about 40% of students majoring in a math or science, and that really spans all of those areas. We're some of the, or one of the top liberal arts colleges for students who go on to get their PhDs in math as well as physics, but pre-health is also very popular. Our medical school acceptance rate is 77%, but outside of that, we also have a nursing program. We have research programs and internship programs at the Mayo Clinic, which is located about an hour away in Rochester, as well as connections in the Twin Cities. So you're very well supported if you are interested in going into the medical field. Kind of on the, I don't want to say opposite side, but a kind of in a different area, our fine arts programs are very popular. Music in particular tends to be something that students come to St. Olaf to pursue. About a third of our students participate, but we are nationally accredited in all 4 areas of the fine arts, and we're one of 3 liberal arts colleges in the country for that to be true. We also send abroad the most students of any liberal arts college in the country, or the highest percentage of students. So that is a big part of the experience as well. And you can do that in your major area, but you can also study abroad in something that's not related to your major and use it as a way to tap into another interest that you might have. Campus life is a huge part of the experience. 95% of students live on campus all 4 years. So I think day to day when you're in college, what this means, or at least what it meant for me, I'm an alum of St. Olaf as well, is that when you're there, you're just kind of running into people all the time. So I think your social life between being busy with academics, also likely being busy with one of the several student clubs and organizations that we offer, your social life can kind of exist fluidly between all of that. And I think that is part of what creates such a strong sense of community on campus. One example, I think, of how community is fostered as well is through our dining hall. So we have just one on campus, and because most students are living on campus all 4 years, most students also have a meal plan all 4 years. So I found this was such a great way to kind of continuously stay connected to not only my close friends, but maybe a friend I had one class with early on, or a friend that I made while I was studying abroad. I really felt like my network was vast and that I was able to maintain relationships with lots of different people. I mentioned music before. Music is one way that students are really involved as majors, but also as non-majors. About a third of the St. Olaf Choir, for example, is music majors. 2/3 are non-majors. I would say athletics sort of functions similarly. There's a lot of students who are involved at the varsity level, but also a lot of students doing slightly more laid back options like intramurals or club sports. And just to wrap up here, a little bit about our outcomes. There are a lot of ways to measure the college experience, and these are just a few that we've decided to highlight. And then finally, just to wrap up, a little bit about admissions and financial aid. We are committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated need. And then in addition, we also offer merit scholarships. We will also continue to be test optional next year and beyond. It is a permanent decision. So thank you. It was wonderful to talk to you. We have many virtual events happening throughout the summer, information sessions like this, also things like application workshops, and then we will likely be open for some in-person opportunities as well. Thank you all so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to St. Olaf College for joining us. And moving right along, we are now going to hear from Bard College at Simon's Rock.
Sorry, one second, I forgot to unmute myself there. All right. So hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Calvi. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm an admission counselor here at Bard College at Simon's Rock. We are a small liberal arts college located in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. You may have heard of Bard College. They are kind of the parent organization in our network. They're a traditional liberal arts college for students who are finishing high school after the 12th grade and then going on to college. We're a little bit unique in that we are an early college program. So we are for students who have finished the 10th or 11th grade, and we don't require a high school diploma in order for students to attend. So we're for students who are kind of seeking a non-traditional approach to education, wanting to get started on their higher education journey now. Just some general fast facts about Simon's Rock. So as I mentioned, we're located in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, which is kind of the southwestern corner of the state. We're on a farmland. It's quite beautiful. We have about 400 students and an average class size of 11. So it is pretty small, but what that means is that all students, staff, and faculty are really committed to the community. So our faculty members are getting to know you, not just as a student, but as a whole person. They're wanting to know, how you're doing, what your goals are, and how they can show up to best help you succeed. And we are a liberal arts college, so students spend their first 2 years taking classes in a variety of different basic foundations, so sciences, mathematics, arts, world languages, and cultural perspectives. After those 2 years, all of our students receive an associate's degree. And then you'd spend the next 2 years focusing on your college major. We call our majors concentrations. We're a little bit broader. And so students are doing that, and then they get their bachelor's degree after 4 years. We have 35 different academic concentrations for students to choose from. And the benefit of the liberal arts is that you can have 2 very different interests and be able to do them simultaneously. So we have students who might be interested in theater and food studies, 2 very different things, and they'll dual concentrate and get focused in both. And again, we are this early college program, which means you don't have to wait to start college. You can start your bachelor's degree now. We don't require a high school diploma. So what makes a rocker? We call our students rockers. And I think the number one thing that connects all of our students across the board is that their high school isn't working for them. Whatever school they're at now, they're needing something different. So that could happen for 2 reasons. We get a lot of students who might be getting straight A's, top of their class. You've tapped into all of these different resources and opportunities, and you're still just not feeling like it's enough. So you're wanting to take kind of your education into your own hands and start working towards college now. And we also get students who high school is just, not a good fit for their learning style. It's a lot of memorization and regurgitation. At Simon's Rock, we have discussion-based learning in all of our classes, and that's our approach. And so these students find that, their transcript might not be an accurate reflection of their academic potential, but when they come to Simon's Rock, they can actually be quite successful, and because they have this genuine passion for learning, and that's what it's all about at Simon's Rock. So our students are curious, engaged, challenge-seeking. They have this genuine love for learning, wanting to continue their classroom conversations across the dining hall and beyond. And then the other thing that's really unique about Simon's Rock students is this passion for social justice and equality. A lot of our students are really engaged and focused on making the world a better place. So they're critically thinking about how they can use their Simon's Rock education to go beyond and make a difference in the world. So I think those are some all kind of really wonderful characteristics of what makes a rocker, since it is kind of a non-traditional approach and something that you really have to be ready to do to start college at a younger age. Some general admission and financial aid information. We have a rolling admission process and a holistic review process. So we don't have one standard deadline, though we are currently accepting applications for fall of 2021 for sophomores and seniors. And our next recommended deadline is coming up on June 1st. But essentially, as soon as you submit your application, we're able to start reviewing it and get you an answer in about 3 weeks. And then we have this holistic application review process, meaning we're wanting to get to know you as a whole person. We're looking at the strength of your writing, we're looking at your transcript, we're looking at your recommendations, but we're also just wanting to get to know you and why are you at this place in your life right now where you think early college is the best next step for you, and how does Simon's Rock fit into that? That's what we're wanting to know. We are test optional and we don't have an application fee. In terms of financial aid, about 80% of our students receive some form, and we have both need-based and merit-based. For need-based, you'd fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile at the same time that you're submitting your application for admission. And then all of our students automatically qualify for merit scholarships at the time that they submit their application. So those were some general things I just wanted to go over today. If anything I said today resonated with you, you've really been feeling kind of stuck where you're currently at and are wanting to potentially look into early college, we'd love to hear from you. There's our website and our Instagram, and my email's down there below. So please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.
I was the one muted. Thank you so much. And again, just as a reminder, please feel free to send in any questions that you have during our presentations. We still have 2 presenters to go, so you have plenty of time to do that, but we just want to make sure you have ample time to get those questions in. So we are now going to hear from Union College.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Rachel McNeil. I'm an assistant dean of admissions here at Union College and class of 2018. So we've got quite the alumni streak going here. So just to tell you a little bit about what we've got going on here at Union today. We are a small liberal arts college located in upstate New York in a wonderful little city called Schenectady. This is just to give you an idea of where we're located geographically. In upstate New York, we're about 3 hours north of New York City and about 3 hours west of Boston. Our campus has 2,200 students, so it's a really tight-knit campus community. And our quick academic highlight would be that we offer engineering and liberal arts. So we're a nice marriage between those 2 subjects. A little bit more about our academic kind of culture at Union. We're really focused in the interdisciplinary studies. You can see some quick statistics about what the classroom environment looks like. I think for me as an alum, one of the most impactful things was the fact that I could pursue all of my various interests and how they intersected. So I'm really interdisciplinary. I love science, I love art. And when I came to Union, I knew that I wanted to study all of the things. And so I fell in love with the intersection of computer science, digital art, and film studies. And I was able to do a combined degree major with all 3 of those areas and then minor in psychology, just because I found it interesting. So if you're a person who has their head in kind of a lot of different spaces and they don't want to just have to pick one thing, they can come to Union. You can come to Union and be able to dive into the intersection of your interests. And all of this to say, you'll be able to do so in a tight-knit classroom environment where you'll be in small classes from day one, getting to know your faculty, and with ample opportunity to get to understand the curriculum. We are also very focused on immersive experiences. Think study abroad, internships, and research. As a small institution and all undergraduate institution, the opportunities here are here for you and available to you as an undergraduate student. And so if that means you want to study abroad during your junior year or do a mini term over a winter break to go to New Zealand to learn about clean energy, happy Earth Day, everybody, then you can do that at Union. If you want to spend 3 of your 4 years at Union doing independent research or being mentored by a faculty in your area of expertise, you can do that at Union. And so there's so many of these opportunities that open their door for all of our students. And something that is a little bit unique about Union is that we're on the trimester system. So instead of 2 15-week semesters, we have 3 10-week trimesters. And with these 10 weeks, our class schedule, basically you're taking 3 classes at a time instead of 4 or 5. And you have a little bit more time throughout the year to explore these immersive experiences and maybe do an internship in downtown Schenectady if that is of interest to you. In terms of the faculty, most of our faculty have terminal degrees in their fields. They're cutting edge researchers who are leaders in their fields and are here at Union, and they chose Union in the same way that our students have. They want to connect with you. And if you're looking for mentors, if you're looking for somebody to guide you through your college experience and help you discover what you love, then this is a great place for that. I know that my faculty advisors and the professors that I took classes with throughout my time at Union were instrumental in not only helping me build the confidence to be a strong student, but also showing me what I was capable of and in the fields that they were experts in, and helping me understand what it would take to excel in those fields. A little bit about the campus environment and the atmosphere. We are a residential campus. Most students live on campus all 4 years, and there's a ton to do. There's lots going on across campus and in Schenectady. One of my favorite things that I got involved in as a student was that I was part of a theater troupe. I got to do musicals just for fun with a bunch of students getting together and sharing this common thing that we loved. And I think when you come to Union, you'll find that not only are you part of the Union family, but you're also part of these individual communities. I think somebody else said it earlier, the intentional community is something that we think about a lot at Union. So if that means getting involved in a club or organization from your first day on campus, or maybe it's the fact that our orientation groups are also who you take your first year class with. There's so many ways that Union incorporates this, and I know for me that was instrumental. A little bit about what students do after graduation. It's pretty much limitless. You can go into full-time jobs, you can go into have great careers, you can go to graduate, professional, and medical school, whatever it might be that interests you. But what I love about Union is that all students are prepared to adapt. I think we've learned in the last year, more than any year previously, that it is very valuable to be able to adapt and contribute in unique ways in your working environment and in your learning environment. And I think Union really helps our students learn how to do that early on. Lastly, I just want to give a little bit of information about admissions and financial aid at Union. This is my contact information. You're welcome to keep in touch. In terms of the admissions process, we offer regular decision, early action, and 2 rounds of early decision. Our deadlines are all on our website, and we are a holistic review process. We're test optional, have been for a long time, and we're sticking with that. And it's honestly one of my favorite parts about Union. You can apply with the information that best represents you as a student. And we offer lots of wonderful virtual events for you to get to know Union and our campus. And we also offer in-person visits with small tours, so you can see our beautiful campus in person if you're making your way to upstate New York. For financial aid, we offer both need-based financial aid and merit-based scholarships. So there's lots of opportunities to make Union affordable and have a wonderful Union experience. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you so much to Union College for that presentation. And we've just got one more presentation to go, so make sure that you get those questions submitted. And so last but certainly not least, we will be hearing from Bates College.
Thanks, James, and hi to everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen shared. And thanks to you all for hanging in there. So my name is Liz McGonigal. I work at Bates College. There is no way that Bates fits into 6 minutes, just like there's no way any of these institutions fit into 6 minutes, but I will do my best. I'm going to focus my time on highlighting the concept of openness. And life is full of pre-established lanes and rules, but there is a ton of freedom at a place like Bates. And we believe that the best way to approach college is to find what makes you tick and then build your years around it. So the basics of Bates College: we are a small liberal arts and sciences institution. We are undergraduate only, around 2,000 scholars on our campus. We're located in the heart of Maine, in Lewiston, Auburn, a New England city with a small town feel, 45 minutes north of Portland, 45 minutes from the Atlantic, where Bates actually has 600 acres along the coast that we're charged with preserving. There we go. So because of our founding, a certain type of individual is certainly drawn to the college, people who are interested in equity and risk-taking and growth and change, people who are willing to challenge and be challenged. And Bates welcomes these types of people and needs these types of people to continue to be a progressive force in higher education. The college is really a living, breathing, beautifully complex environment. And so I'm excited to share a little bit more about it with you today. So the first element of the Bates experience is that it is open-minded. We talk in our mission statement about cultivating intellectual discovery, and at Bates, we certainly value freedom and flexibility. All classes are taught by professors that have the highest degree in their field. There's a 10-to-1 student to professor ratio, and the average class size is 14. At the college, you do not have to apply to a major, and you don't have to declare your major until the end of your second year. So you have a lot of time and freedom to explore and figure out what academic course of study fits you. We also have a radically open curriculum, and because of this, almost a quarter of our students choose to double major. Finally, like some of the other institutions that presented tonight, we value real-world hands-on experience through study abroad, and there are actually 3 ways to do this, and you can study abroad all 4 years. Your financial aid travels with you. And also work with the Harvard Center for Community Partnerships, which helps our students complete over 42,000 hours of community engaged academic work annually. The next layer is that a Bates education is open-ended, and thinking about life after college feels really far away, but I think it is important to consider what the return is on this type of investment, which is a big one. We believe that liberal arts environments should expand your horizons rather than narrow them. So we have something called the Center for Purposeful Work, and this is how we prepare leaders. Our process at Bates in terms of a career development program is encouraging exploration of everything, followed by guided reflection with staff members, pivots, and more exploration. The great thing about the Center for Purposeful Work is that it works. 99% of our graduates are placed 6 months after graduation. Our acceptance rate to med school is 40% higher than the national average. Acceptance rate to law school is 100%. That's all really nice, but what's cooler to me is that each year 500 really different people come into a class, and 4 years later they're going off and doing 500 different things, and that is really the huge value of a liberal arts education. The last element of openness is that a Bates education is open-hearted, and I'd love to spend a little more time here on this evening. So we consider ourselves to be stewards of the wider world, and again, to echo Union Happy Earth Day to everyone, Bates is proud to be one of the few institutions in the country to be carbon neutral. And we've actually done that with very minimal carbon offsets. We've also been test optional for almost 40 years. All clubs and organizations at Bates are open to all students. We've never had fraternities or sororities. That was actually in our original charter. And we have 1 dining hall and 1 meal plan. It's unlimited, which is both awesome and a little dangerous if you like ice cream like I do. Beyond that, we engage in a ton of community work. So over 80,000 hours of community engaged work happen annually with Bates students through the Harvard Center in our Lewiston and Auburn community. Another layer to this concept of being open-hearted is a little bit more about our community. People ask me, how do you describe a Bates student? And I think that's really hard because they're not easily pigeonholed. But I will definitely say that Bates students are game to do things. So I'd love to walk through a couple of our clubs and organizations. At the college, we have 6 different clubs focused on conservation and sustainability, and they've really helped us to achieve that carbon neutrality. We have 31 varsity teams that compete in the NESCAC, the New England Small Athletic Conference, as well as 13 club teams and numerous rec teams. This is a rec hockey league playing on the Puddle, which is a tiny lake on campus. We have 1 internationally celebrated dance festival. We have 60 theater productions annually, 14 music and voice ensembles, and a museum to exhibit your work if you're interested, and countless campus bands. There are so many campus bands. We also have one of the oldest co-ed outing clubs in the country. We have a variety of organizations focusing on social justice and identity, as well as a nationally recognized debate team. We have multiple fun and sometimes wild traditions like this, the puddle jump. And a lot of leadership programs are available to you as well. Beyond this, something I love about Bates students is that they take time to take care of themselves and to take care of one another. They're open-minded, they're collaborative, they're adventurous, smart, and not afraid to laugh at themselves and enjoy the world around them, which you should definitely do in college. So it's an adventurous environment to be a part of. From admission and financial aid, as I mentioned earlier, we're test optional. We practice holistic review as well. We meet 100% of your demonstrated need for all 4 years, and our average federal student loan debt is less than $14,000, which is less than half of the national average. If any of this piqued your interest, feel free to get in touch with us. We've got great student tours that are being hosted virtually. We have an Ask a Student page where you can reach out with email, and you can also send us an email at admission@bates.edu. Thanks so much for your time, everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you so much to Bates for that presentation. And I want to invite all of our reps to go ahead and turn their screens back on, because we just got at least one discussion question I wanted to pose just for those watching this. So what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we can just go in the same order that you gave your presentations in.
Good question. I always tell students, ask all the questions of all the people in your corner, whether that's your high school counselors or your admissions counselors, family, friends. You have so many people who have gone through this before you and are rooting for you. So I would say to just be okay asking for help, and don't be afraid to ask all the questions.
I would definitely say keep an open mind throughout your entire college search. I'm sure all my colleagues, especially from all around the nation, would agree. Don't rule out any schools just because it's too far. If you ask senior year Connor in high school, if I was going to school in Florida over 1,000 miles away from home, I would have said there's no way. And then here I am today, still in Florida. So you never know where your college journey will take you.
Yeah, I would echo the open-mindedness being important, and I would just build off of it to say I think it's also important to be open-minded about your major. It is wonderful to have ideas and to have, I think in many cases, many passions, but I think allowing yourself to be a little bit surprised in college or to not get too focused on one particular program can be so beneficial to finding what you really want to do.
I would say to stay true to your honest and authentic self throughout the entire process, and that will help make it clear to you where it feels the most like home.
I would say take a deep breath and it's going to be okay. I feel like that doesn't get said enough. This can be a really stressful process, but you have a lot of people in your corner, as Reagan said. And honestly, I think there are so many opportunities for you. All of us here, all of our institutions create programs for you so you can get to know our schools. We're a resource. Your families are resources, and it's going to be okay.
I love that. Yeah. And if you're here, you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? You're exploring and getting to know different institutions. To that end, my advice is always to fall in love with a couple of schools. And of course, we would all love you to apply to our institutions. But something to remember is it's not always about where you go, but it's what you do when you get there. So to kind of echo some of the other pieces folks have said, stay open-minded about the types of institutions you're interested in or what you're interested in studying. Throw away the rankings. Those things are the worst. Do some introspection and fall in love with a couple of schools and know that wherever you land, if you have a really good attitude, you're going to be great.
Thank you guys so much for that added wisdom and for your presentations and information about your institutions. And for those of you joining this webinar, thank you so much for your time and just your efforts and learning more about different colleges and universities. This is an amazing program and we're so excited that we've had you. There is going to be a quick survey when you exit this webinar, so please take just a few seconds to fill that out. This helps Strive Scan plan future virtual offerings, and so we want to make sure that we're doing a good job, so please complete that survey. There are additional sessions happening over the next couple of hours, as well as another entire evening of sessions next week. And so please sign up for those. That way you can get as much information as possible. And then if you're interested in viewing a recording of this session, as well as any of the other ones that are happening with the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling, you can do so by going to strivescan.com/RMACAC. So again, thank you so much to everybody joining, and we hope that you have a wonderful and safe evening. Bye.